Your habits are writing your future. Let me begin with a simple observation that took me years to understand and even longer to accept. Life does not change all at once. It does not announce itself with trumpets or fireworks. It changes quietly, slowly, almost invisibly, through the small things we repeat every day. Most people are waiting for a breakthrough moment, a lucky break, a sudden transformation. But life rarely works that way. Life is far more subtle. It rewards what you practice, not what you promise. It delivers not what you hope for, but what you prepare for. And preparation, whether we like it or not, is built through habits. I once knew a man who always talked about the future he wanted. He had plans, dreams, and opinions about how life should work. He spoke with confidence about where he was going, yet year after year, nothing seemed to change. His circumstances stayed the same. His complaints stayed the same. One day, after listening to him for a long time, I realized something important. His words were ambitious, but his habits were modest. And modest habits produce modest results, no matter how grand the dream. You see, the future is not something that suddenly arrives. The future is something you walk into step by step, habit by habit. Every habit is a vote. Every routine is a decision. Every repeated action is a sentence being written in the story of your life. Whether you are aware of it or not, your habits are holding the pen. People often say they want success, happiness, confidence, or freedom. But wanting is not enough. Wanting without discipline is like planting seeds without watering the soil. Nothing grows. What truly determines where you end up is not what you want once in a while, but what you do consistently. Your habits are quietly shaping your character, and your character is quietly shaping your destiny. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this better than any theory ever could. Imagine two individuals starting at the same place, with the same education, the same opportunities, and the same amount of time. One decides to improve just a little each day, 10 minutes of reading, a short walk for health, a moment of reflection before sleep. The other decides to relax, assuming that life will somehow work itself out. A little more television, a little more distraction, a little more postponement. After a day, there is no noticeable difference. After a week, still nothing obvious. After a month, the gap is barely visible. But after a year, something interesting begins to happen. One is thinking differently, speaking differently, and acting with more confidence. After 5 years, their lives no longer resemble each other. And after 10 years, they may not even recognize each other anymore. What caused the difference was not intelligence or talent. It was habit. Tiny decisions, repeated daily, created a massive gap over time. This is the part most people miss. They underestimate the power of small things done consistently and overestimate the power of big things done occasionally. But life does not reward intensity. It rewards consistency. Habits work in both directions. They can build you or they can break you. The same way good habits compound in your favor, poor habits compound against you. Skipping responsibility today feels harmless. Avoiding discipline today feels comfortable. But comfort has a cost, and the bill always comes due later. The problem is that bad habits do not punish you immediately. They reward you first with convenience and comfort, then slowly charge interest in the form of regret. I once heard it said that we are all practicing something every day. The question is not whether you are practicing, but what you are practicing. Are you practicing patience or impatience? Are you practicing growth or stagnation? Are you practicing discipline or excuses? Because whatever you practice becomes stronger. Habits are like muscles. The ones you use grow. The ones you neglect weaken. Over time, your habits become automatic. And once they are automatic, they begin to run your life without asking for permission. This is why change feels so difficult for so many people. They try to change outcomes without changing habits. They want better results, but refuse to adopt better routines. They hope for a better future while repeating the same behaviors that created the past they are trying to escape. That is like expecting a different harvest without changing the seeds. It simply does not work. The truth is, your habits do not just shape what you do. They shape who you become. A habit of reading builds a mind that thinks. A habit of exercise builds a body that serves you. A habit of discipline builds self-respect. And self-respect changes the way you walk into a room, the way you speak, and the way you face challenges. On the other hand, a habit of procrastination builds anxiety. A habit of avoidance builds fear. A habit of complaining builds helplessness. Over time, these habits do not just influence your actions, they define your identity. Here is where personal responsibility enters the picture. And this is not always comfortable to hear. No one else is responsible for your habits. Not your parents, not your boss, not your past, not your circumstances. Those things may influence you, but they do not control you. You choose your habits every day, even when you choose unconsciously, and every choice you repeat becomes a habit, and every habit you keep becomes a future. Some people say, I will change when I feel motivated, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. Habits, on the other hand, stay. Habits carry you forward on the days when motivation disappears. That is why successful people do not rely on inspiration. They rely on structure. They build habits that support the life they want long before they feel ready for it. If you want a better future, start by examining your daily routines. Look closely at how you begin your mornings, how you use your time, how you speak to yourself, and how you respond to setbacks. These are not small details. These are the building blocks of your life. The direction of your life is rarely determined by a single dramatic decision. It is determined by the quiet decisions you make every day when no one is watching. There is something powerful about realizing that you do not need to change everything at once. You do not need a complete overhaul. You need a slight adjustment in direction. One better habit can change the trajectory of your life. One decision to read instead of scroll, to reflect instead of react, to act instead of delay. Small shifts, repeated daily, can carry you to places you once thought were out of reach. Let me leave you with this thought. Imagine your future as a book that is being written one page at a time. You are the author, whether you acknowledge it or not. Your habits are the words, your routines are the sentences, and your days are the chapters. You can write a story of growth, discipline, and purpose, or you can let the story drift without intention. But make no mistake, the story will be written either way. The moral of this story is simple but profound. If you do not deliberately choose your habits, they will choose your future for you. If you want a better life, do not wait for a better mood, a better moment, or a better situation. Start with a better habit. Because in the end, your habits are not just part of your life, they are the architects of your destiny.